and you go straight into the meta game where you do the upgrades, and then back there. So the loop always goes through the meta stage where your store, where you're spending money. Labeling technique, I haven't seen this actually done in a game, but it's interesting, it should work. If we tell people they are a certain way, if we compliment them on being nice, good citizens, they are more likely to behave as nice, good citizens. So you should actually tell your players that they are generous individuals who have a taste for good art and want to support their game developers by paying you and buying IAPs. Related to that, also to telling people the reason to do something makes them much more likely to actually follow through and do that. Spend because reasons. The reasons don't even have to be that good in order for this to work. And last, here are remember, there are 4 ways of progressing in games in general. You can have a skill-based game, you can have a luck-based game, you can have a game where you just progress by grinding, or you can pay to progress. Make sure that your games aren't too skill-based. I made that mistake myself. A too skill-based game, you don't get a summary of a huge bunch of behavioral psychology. So the tricks on how to monetize a game well. Some of you will probably...
This was interesting because I watched some guy's video on how companies were strategizing on how to monetize games. And I played a game called Pokemon Go, right? It's pretty addicting. It's more... Okay, Pokemon Go sucks if you live in an area where there's like no Pokemon, no Pokestops, no gyms. But you can basically not hack, but you can basically like install a modified app version of the game which allows you to teleport but not really cheating, you're just like teleporting. So like normal Pokemon games, you can just fly, you can go on a bicycle to catch different Pokemon, but you can install a modified version of the game which allows you to teleport instead of you having to walk to different destinations in the game. Because the one thing about Pokemon Go that's annoying is that you actually have to walk in person to catch Pokemon, and like you have to go to different regions, and different regions have the same fucking Pokemon. Because I've tried, you know, putting in Australia, Japan, New York, they're all the fucking same. And anyway, this is just like a video on some guy saying how he monetizes, or like tricks people into paying, like, not really trick, but like there's like strategies that game companies use to make people pay to play a game, and they're like very strategic in how they do it. Like they lure the player in using free to play models, and you know they use like psychological tactics to like, you know, try to get you to pay, to use like loss aversion. It's like it goes through. It's kind of interesting because now if you're aware of it, now you realize, okay, companies need to make money, right? Games are a business. People start game companies and games to make money, and the most successful games are financially successful. So it makes sense that they're trying to make money because that's how they hire developers and you know, build out the game and to make more money, right? Because making money in the real world, money is the real currency of the real life, not the game. But anyway,
be slightly shocked by all the tricks I have listed here, but I'll leave them if we have time later. So let's dive right in. First off,
I just saw this LinkedIn.
So let's
He's
dive
still
right
working. He's working in
first off,
Gemini.
Wall Street Trader and Morrissey got into a fight. Who won? You guys did.
He was the founder and CEO.
This is to remind you that a lot of the spend comes from the high-paying guys, the whales. And the very best way to get these guys to spend is to get 2 rich competitive guys to fight each other and tell them, I'll give you a slight upside if you pay me. Next off, to remind you that the best way to make sure of both your retention and your monetization is to make Hot State. There's an excellent book about collect along the way. If you didn't finish the level, the
video is pretty interesting. If you guys want to watch it, you can go search it up. You pretty much got his name. You just type his name on YouTube, you find it. Basically, he's just talking about a lot. It's actually a pretty good presentation. I don't think there's any bad intentions behind it. It's just companies trying to make money off game players, and there's particular strategies that they use. And I actually want to watch more of this kind of video because Pokemon Go was pretty fucking addicting. It's not addicting if you play the normal version. If you play the modified, if you like modify the app, just like there's action replay. See, I played Pokemon as a child, and I pretty much got like all the Pokemon without using action replay. And then I discovered action replay through, you know, my childhood friends, and it just makes the game a lot more easier. Although it's called, they call it spoofing. It's not really like it's not really like hacking, like because you don't just get random shiny Pokemon, but it allows you to teleport, and that makes the game infinitely more addicting. Because in the original games you can just like fly anywhere and running anywhere, but like if you can teleport, you can pretty much like go anywhere you want within the game. And what am I even trying to say? Yeah, basically, game companies have strategies to make you pay for in-game purchases. And you know, this guy goes through like, you know, trying to make the game less skill based but more like paying to advance, paying to progress. It's kind of cunning, but it makes sense because they are a company and business, and they do want to maximize profits. So who are the people? Where are they gonna get the money off? They're gonna get the money off the game players. It's pretty interesting.